I never imagined a dining room could feel like a war zone. Yet there I sat, facing my sister, Mercy, the glint of the crystal chandelier overhead catching her sly grin like it was polished steel. She tapped her wine glass with a perfectly manicured nail, her voice dripping with malice. "I'm selling the ranch," she declared, her tone light but her gaze pinning me like a hunter. "You don't need it. You wouldn't even know how to handle it." My fork halted halfway to my lips. A fire flared in my chest, words teetering on the edge of my tongue, ready to lash out. That ranch wasn't just property. It was my last tie to Grandpa, the place where my childhood unfolded, where my memories breathed. But before I could unleash my anger, Grandpa's lawyer cleared his throat, his voice sharp enough to cut through the tension. "There's one final clause in your grandfather's will," he said, drawing a faded envelope from his briefcase, "to be revealed only under specific conditions." In that instant, before he even spoke its contents, something inside me shattered. A scream built in my throat, not from fear, but from a gut-deep certainty that Grandpa had hidden one last secret. And that secret would turn everything upside down. Mercy and I were sisters by blood alone. That's where our bond ended. From the moment she could speak, Mercy craved the spotlight. Her beauty, golden hair, wide eyes, a smile wielded like a blade, drew every gaze. Teachers overlooked her faults. Boys fell at her feet. Even our mother, before she passed, indulged her without restraint. Me, I was the quiet one, the girl who chose worn boots over stilettos, who curled up in Grandpa's barn with a book instead of chasing attention. Grandpa saw me, truly saw me. He didn't care that I didn't shine. He valued that I listened, that I learned, that I cherished the land like he did. I can still hear the nights we rode together under the stars, his finger pointing to the horizon as he said, "Evelyn, this land has a heart. One day it'll need someone who loves it, not someone who wants to profit from it." At 12, I didn't grasp the depth of his words, but Mercy did. And from that moment, she resented me for it. She despised that Grandpa shared secrets with me he kept from her, that he called me to mend what broke instead of her, that he gave me a small bronze key on a chain for my 16th birthday. I thought it was just a trinket. I wore it daily, unaware it held the power to unravel our future. When Grandpa died, Mercy inherited the ranch. I got nothing, or so the will claimed. I wept that night not for wealth, but because I knew Mercy didn't love the ranch. She loved the idea of possessing what I cherished. Years passed. I moved to the city, fought to build a life, pieced together a fragile independence through sheer will. Then Mercy called, inviting me to dinner at the old house, her voice sweet but venomous. "We're something nice," she said. I should have known better. Mercy never invited me without wanting to see me hurt. The dining room hadn't changed since Grandpa's days, mahogany table, velvet curtains, the chandelier glowing like a blaze above us. But its warmth had vanished. Mercy sat at the table's head, draped in silk, her nails gleaming like daggers. I sat across in a plain black dress. The lawyer, beside us, clutched his briefcase, looking uneasy, as if he sensed the storm brewing. Mercy poured her wine, her eyes sparkling with malice. "I'm selling the ranch," she said, her voice thick with smugness. "It's too much hassle for me. And you wouldn't know what to do with it." My jaw tightened, fury simmering within. "You can't just..." That's when the lawyer cut in. He produced the envelope, his tone formal yet weighted. "Your grandfather left a conditional clause," he said. "If the ranch is to be sold, the inheritor must prove her rightful claim before both heirs." Mercy laughed, flicking her hand dismissively. "That's absurd. It's mine. The will says so." The lawyer pressed on, unfazed. "Your grandfather left a sealed chest in the ranch's attic. It can only be opened with a key held by his true heir. The one with the key will be declared the rightful owner." My heart stopped. The key. I reached for the chain around my neck, but it was gone. My blood ran cold. 2 weeks earlier, Mercy had visited me in the city. She'd hugged me, her first embrace in years. Now I realized what she'd done. Then she revealed it. The bronze key dangled from her fingers, catching the chandelier's glow. "Looking for this?" she whispered, her smile a blade. Rage twisted my stomach. That key was mine. Grandpa had entrusted it to me, but in her hand it looked like triumph. The lawyer's expression was grim. The chest must be opened tonight at midnight. Mercy's eyes gleamed. Let's not dawdle. I can't wait to see her face when the truth comes out. The drive to the ranch felt like plunging into a nightmare. The night was dark, the sky heavy with storm clouds. By the time we arrived, the air carried the scent of rain and static. The house groaned as we entered, memories pressing in from every shadow. The attic waited above, holding its secrets. We climbed the narrow stairs to find the chest in the center of the dusty floor, heavy and carved with Grandpa's initials. Mercy knelt, slid the key into the lock, and turned it with a triumphant snap. The chest opened. Inside were no riches or deeds, just letters, dozens of them tied with string. Mercy scowled, sifting through them. This is pointless. One letter fell free, landing at my feet. My name scrawled across it, Evelyn. My hand shook as I opened it. My dearest Evelyn, it read. If you're reading this, Mercy has taken what's yours. She covets what was never meant for her. That key was a test for her, not a gift. The true heir will be revealed in my final letter. Trust me, child. Justice will prevail. Tears stung my eyes. He knew, I whispered. He knew what you'd do, Mercy. Mercy snatched the letter, tearing it to pieces. Lies, she shrieked. All lies. The lawyer reached deeper into the chest, pulling out a single sealed envelope labeled Final Will. He opened it slowly, his voice steady and resolute. The ranch is hereby bequeathed to my granddaughter Evelyn, who embodies the values I cherish most. To the one who worked the land, who loved it for its memories, not its profit. To Evelyn. My name echoed through the attic like a storm's rumble. Mercy's face contorted, her beauty dissolving into fury. No, this can't be. It was supposed to be mine. She lunged, tearing at the letter, clawing at the lawyer. But it was too late. The truth was out. The will was final. For the first time, Mercy looked powerless. But Mercy wasn't done. Over the weeks that followed, she waged her war. She accused me of fraud, bribed witnesses, even forged a letter claiming Grandpa had changed his mind. Court battles stretched on for months, each day like wading through quicksand. But Grandpa had armed me. Letters hidden in books, receipts proving my work on the ranch, photographs with notes on the back. Evelyn, future of the ranch. Piece by piece, I fought back. One night, Mercy ambushed me outside the courthouse. Rain poured, smearing her mascara, twisting her beauty into something monstrous. You'll regret this, she hissed, gripping my arm. I'll ruin you. I'll destroy everything you love. I met her gaze, my voice calm despite the storm. You already tried, Mercy, and you failed. But deep down, I knew she meant her threat. Mercy's schemes grew darker. She spread lies that I'd manipulated Grandpa in his final years. She tried to bribe the judge. She even hired men to vandalize the ranch, smashing windows, killing chickens, torching the barn. But I rebuilt every time. I rose every time. Slowly, the town turned against her. Whispers spread. Old friends shunned her. Her reputation, once her pride, crumbled to dust. The final strike came when the court named me the sole heir. Mercy's lies were laid bare, her forged documents torn apart before her eyes. The judge's gavel fell like lightning. Mercy didn't scream this time. She slumped in her chair, silent, broken. The ranch became mine, not just in law but in spirit. I didn't restore it to what it was. I made it something new. Horses galloped freely. Town children came to learn to ride. Each sunrise felt like redemption. But I never forgave Mercy. I visited her once in her small downtown apartment, stripped of wealth and pride. Her eyes were hollow as she whispered, "Why couldn't you just let me win?" I leaned in, my words cutting. Because, Mercy, Grandpa didn't choose me out of favoritism. He chose me because I loved the ranch. You only loved yourself. Her silence was my greatest triumph. That night, I stood on the ranch's porch, stars sprawling above, the land stretching boundless and mine. Revenge didn't burn like fire. It settled like justice, steady and sure. Grandpa hadn't just left me land. He'd left me resilience. He'd left me truth. And with that, I finally understood The ranch wasn't just mine. It always had been. The end. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more gripping stories.